Hi, Shlomit. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Today, we're on day 4 out of 10 days of alternative medicine education sprints. I'm so excited. I have Shlomit here with me. She's a very dear and talented friend. She is an integrative breathing facilitator for over a decade, and she has moved between countries in the recent years until she settled in Seattle, Washington. So, welcome, Shlomit.
Hey,
Tell me a bit about your role as an integrative breathing facilitator and what it means.
so what it means is that I'm using a certain way of breathing, a circular breath, that basically oxidizing the brain and putting it in alpha waves. And then what it does is we basically dreaming. The brain doesn't understand the difference between reality and imaginary, is fixing the problem that we have. And with the tools that I've got, which is plenty of tools like um, imaging, guided imagery, or internal family system, or healing the inner child, or whatever that comes up, we are fixing it from the very source, and then the problem doesn't reoccur again. So this is what I do. This is how I live my life.
This is pretty amazing. So I forgot at the beginning to mention that you are a woman of many, many talents. So you have many tools in your toolkit that you integrate into your breathing session. You used to be, or you still are a naturopath as well, right? And tell me about the other tools that you just mentioned that you kind of integrate into a session.
So first of all, I'm teaching how to breathe and using the breath as a main tool in my sessions. And within that, I can use all sorts of tools that I've got in my basket to help the person that stays in front of me with whatever issue he is facing, if it's physical, emotional, mentally, whatever he is facing with. We are using all sorts of tools like Twina, or body work, or emotional work, whatever is needed. This
Mhm.
is what I'm using.
Yeah, I have done a session with you, and it was pretty mind blowing what was going on there. Yeah, so this is why I brought you here because I really trust you and I know that it works. It was really mind blowing, and I'm still, thinking about experience I had. So I remember at the beginning of the session, we set an intention of what we would like to achieve, and we were working through this through breathing and releasing all this energy, all these experiences that I wanted to release, and that was a pretty amazing experience.
That is true. Yeah, this is what we do. We set an intention, and then with the breathing, the brain basically goes to sleep, and we have a direct access to the unconscious mind, and the unconscious mind brings up whatever is up into that person that is breathing.
Hmm.
And I basically don't know what I'm working in with
Hmm.
the person, I trust the person has an inner healer, and he does the job, and I'm helping him.
Yeah, you're kind of guiding our bodies to heal themselves,
Yeah,
and you can't expect what will come up during the session. You just go with it.
yeah.
That's pretty amazing. So thanks for sharing. So, what are the top three problems that people come to you with to try to heal with breathing?
So the first group that will come to me will either have anxiety or fears that they are facing in this part of their life, that they want to work through it or help them face what they are standing in front.
Mm-hmm.
The other group that will come will have physical problem, such as asthma
Mm-hmm.
or sensitivities with the breath, that will come and say, hey, I'm asthmatic. I was thinking maybe the exercises with the breath will help me fix or work with my asthma issues.
Mm-hmm.
But I think now I've reached the third group that will come to me. Those who get to know me know that they can basically heal from any situation they have, such as illnesses or
Mm-hmm.
fevers or migraines or period issues or
Wow.
anything that they have um, as a situation that they feel uncomfortable or discomfort
Mm-hmm.
with their either body or emotional or mental states.
Hmm.
And this group is pretty amazing, because once they figure out that they can solve it,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't reoccur again, then they keep showing up for fixing more problems that they thought that they will never get eliminated anymore.
Huh. That is pretty great. Do you treat kids as well?
I do treat kids, even though right now I can't, because with kids we have different ways. Um, the babies that we treat are between the age of 4 months till around 2, where they have issues, and we treat them in the pool.
Mm.
And right now I'm having troubles getting pools, hot
Mm-hmm.
water pools. I had cases where my clients have sent their children to me to a couple of sessions. With children, it's pretty amazing. It goes really fast, and
Wow.
they have less to heal,
Hmm.
less to work
Yes.
with. They have less masks.
Yeah,
So,
because we carry all these experiences and traumas that we've experienced throughout our lives, and then they don't have it yet because they're so small. So yeah,
yeah.
huh. That is great to hear. What else did I wanna ask you? Oh, yes. Do you remember just a recent healing story that a client told you something like, "Oh my God, that really, really helped me, and I'm so thankful." And
So, yes, of course, I have plenty of great stories for my clients. Um, One that is basically blew my mind just recently, that had happened. And it's blew my mind because this is how I started uh, my ways in working in this therapy.
mm,
And so I will share my story because I think it's pretty amazing, and hers was pretty close to mine. I started when I was back in the days where I was treated in this therapy. I was treated in it, and I started having um, throat infections, and it repeatedly. And I didn't know what's going on because I went to the doctor and he prescribed me antibiotics, and um, it went away after 3 days. I thought I was okay, and then it was on again, and I was having infection again with fever and everything. And the amazing story was that my client was the same. And I said, oh my goodness, it's just like my story. So do you want to hear what I did? And she is like, yeah, sure, why not? I said, well, I took a test and I tried to breathe on it and figure out what the problem is. And one thing led to another, and I tested it. I went to the doctor in the morning, got a prescription because I had a throat infection. And then I went to breathe on this, and I was fine afterwards. Went to the
Wow.
doctor again, and it all cleared out. And he was getting crazy. He said, what did you do? It's like magic. And so I told her the story. And she's like, well, I don't know. Maybe I need to go to the doctor and check. I said, okay, go fine. Go to the doctor and check. And let's do the same thing with you. Are you willing to do the test with me? And she's like, you know what? Let's do it. She went to the doctor. And sure enough, she had a throat infection. I said, okay, so let's breathe on it. And we had a breathing session, and she was feeling fine the very next day.
Wow.
Went to the doctor to check it out, and he was amazed for the way it was, because he said, well, I guess I was wrong. There isn't any infection, so don't take the antibiotics. And she said, well, I didn't.
That
And
is
it
great.
was amazing. This was amazing story.
And I'm sure you have so many others,
Yeah.
so many other stories. Um, yeah, it is amazing because there's so many other tools and so many other alternatives, but antibiotics or, Western medicine or, medications for life,
Yeah.
for chronic disease and stuff like that. So do you think or do you believe that through breathing we can also strengthen our immune system?
So let me tell you something. Did you know that 70% of our toxics, that waste that our body is producing, is getting out of breathing? Through breathing, we are eliminating 70%,
Hmm.
20% out of sweat, and 7 and 3% out of our urine and poop. And what we are dealing with is all the rest of the 30%. Here we
I
are,
didn't know
and
that. That is an
doctors,
amazing fact.
yeah, it is a fact. It is. So why bother going to solve it through to the 30%? Why not go into the 70% and eliminate our toxin through that?
Basically, breathing out the toxins, breathing out the illness.
Yeah.
That is mind blowing. Thanks for sharing that. Is there anything else you would like to share with us today?
Yeah, I'm welcoming in these times. I'm welcoming everyone who is feeling insecure and fearful and have anxieties, or any any way to contact me and contact someone who does IBT, integrative breathing therapy. And they are more than welcome to reach out to me or anyone else who does that, and get it solved.
I will add your contact details in the comments. And you do it through like an online session, right? You don't have to see people in person. We did it in an online session, and it was, as I said, mind blowing what we got to
Yeah.
do. So thank you so much for doing this with me today. I'm very honored. Have a good rest of the night. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Love you all. Bye.
You.